we have had a couple issues since we last talked.
Midweek update.
Hey everyone, my name's Patrick.
I'm Patty.
And we are joined by Truman and Bess, our Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. If you're new to our channel, this is a monthly episode we do where we just kind of update people on what's going on. That's right, a little jibber jabber. We are a little behind, Patty. Our last one was way back in August because we've been a little bit busy.
A little bit.
But for those of you who are new, we sold our home back in February and moved into this 2025 Alliance Avenue 32 RLS. We both retired from 26-plus year teaching careers this summer, and now I manage Happy Acres Campground in Angola, Indiana, 7 months out of the year, and we're going to be headed to Texas, gosh, in just about
4
month. I know.
Yikes.
It's getting real.
Yeah, winter Texan. Yeehaw!
That's right, and hopefully we will be avoiding snow and ice and super cold.
Yeah.
Although we have been warned.
Yeah, the Colonel is telling us.
It can get a cold snap.
And the Colonel's his uncle.
Yeah. So anyway, we just thought maybe we should update everybody because the last time we came to you, Truman had his dental surgery.
And he's doing great.
He's doing great from that.
Yep.
And that was actually before Labor Day.
It was.
Campground has continued to be super busy.
There was a little breather there at the end of September, but now we're into October, and it is full-blown fall Halloween.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
So we had Fall Fest last weekend. Basically sold out the next 2 weekends for our Halloween weekends. And then the 24th and the 25th are the last 2 nights that Happy Acres is open.
Isn't that crazy?
And on Sunday the 26th, we kick everybody out. And it's what I like to call Sunday Fun Day. In the afternoon, all of us crew members go out and we break the speed limit throughout the park. We let our dogs run wild. We break all the rules. And then on Monday, the 27th,
we start cleaning up the park.
We started.
Getting it ready for winter.
We think we can have it done in about 5 days
That's
this year.
what we're thinking. And I think some have already started on some stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We have this amazing crew here, and I know Bill and Robin have already, anything that we can do ahead of time, they are trying to get done.
Because the water takes the most time.
Yeah,
blowing out the
that'll
lines.
be a full day.
But they worked on stuff at the pool. The pool's already good and gone. You know, the company came in and took care of the pool. And they've taken care of the pool, I guess, big furniture, little furniture.
Yeah, all the furniture's put away.
Yep.
So.
And then they're going to work on the flowers because,
throw them away.
Robin does a great job taking care of these beautiful flowers all over the park. And so she's going to be working on that. And, just a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yep. And before you know it, we'll be locking the gate. We're going to take a little trip with our friends Amy and Mike, who also work here, kill a week, because then I have to be in Louisville on, what is that, November 9th.
I thought it was the 9th,
Yeah, but it's the 9th we'll arrive in Louisville. We are going to the Outdoor Hospitality Industry Conference that's being held in Louisville this year.
Hoity-toity.
Yeah, well, it's like the National Association for Campgrounds and things like that. We're going to go. We're going to go through the exhibit hall with Patty and Kevin and Angie. And then Angie and I are attending the sessions on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And on Wednesday afternoon, Angie and I are actually presenting a session on how we have used social media and social influencers to grow our park revenue. In essence, we have doubled park revenue in just 3 years.
Right.
So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
And then on the 13th of November, we're going to depart Louisville, and we will be in Texas November 14th is the plan.
Right. Yep.
So we finally picked an RV park.
Yes, we did.
It took a while. We looked at lots of options. Initially, I think we were thinking we were going to stay out near Canyon Lake because that's where my aunt and uncle live. But from a location standpoint, for what we need to do this winter, it didn't necessarily make a lot of sense.
New Braunfels makes more sense.
Right, because we need to do a lot of thrifting
Sourcing,
for Patty's eBay store during the winter months so that she has...
Patty and Fashion.
Yep, Patty and Fashion over on eBay. So that she has stuff to list come next summer.
Yeah.
And that was going to be about a 45-minute drive every day to get over near New Braunfels.
Yeah.
And so by choosing New Braunfels as our home for the winter, not only are there tons of thrifting opportunities right there in the city, but we'll be about 20 minutes from the north side of San Antonio, right down I-35. We're just south of San Marcos, and honestly, even to get up into Austin, I think we're only about 45 minutes.
It's going to be a great location.
And we're still within 45 minutes of my aunt and uncle.
Right.
Where we'll be able to visit them. Because to us, 45 minutes really isn't a huge deal.
We go to Fort Wayne, it's 45 minutes.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And so the RV park, we looked at, like I said, about 3 in that area. And the one we ended up choosing we felt made the most sense for us. Number one, the location I really liked. It was in New Braunfels, but it's on the outside of town, which means it should be fairly quiet. It is a gated community.
Right.
They do background checks on all their monthlies,
Nice.
which is reassuring. At least anyone who does commit a crime, it'll be their first one.
Yep.
Right? They do free coffee 7 days a week, which was a big selling point for me.
Free Saturday breakfast.
Free Saturday breakfast. They have activities every day of the week. And
I hope they continue because, they have an app. They're pretty cool,
Yeah.
And you could see what's going on. And they do a grooming truck comes
once a
out
month.
once a month. So that would be great in the winter because these guys are going to get groomed next week, but they can't last that long without getting uncomfortable. And so, yeah.
So that should be good. And they have food trucks that come out. So the resort is Canopy RV Resort in New Braunfels. Was able to get a special. They have a Winter Texan special. Saved us some money. And another big selling point was the fact that they have high-speed internet at your pedestal. All you have to do is run your cable to your own router in your RV, which means that'll save us because Starlink is $165 a month right now.
And usually we turn it off in the winter because we go back to the cabin.
Right.
So we're trying to think, how can we, and this would be great. I think it's help us with that. So that cost will be gone.
Yep. I think that should save us some money. So now that we have a park, I've already talked to the park about hosting a camp out, and so what we both decided was we're definitely going to host one there at Canopy. When we get to Canopy in November, I'm going to sit down with their staff. We're going to figure out when would be the best time for them and us. My guess is it's going to probably be sometime in February. And then as soon as we get a date for the Texas camp out, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling this camp out is going to look a lot different than a Happy Acres camp out because it's probably going to be more like the old-fashioned campouts where there's no charge. You just book your site, and then we'll just go out and do things together, and then we'll have.
If you want to join us, you can join us. If you don't, you don't.
Exactly.
Kind of like we did at Yellowstone.
Yeah, we just won't have the organized events where like. Speaking of campouts, we just had one, and at that campout that we hosted with our good friends Todd and Carla Rose, they made the big trip up from Atlanta, Georgia, and there was about 27, 28 people here. But for that one, everybody paid $60 a person, and for that money, there was a welcome party with desserts and beverages, and then everybody got a 1-hour boat ride on Lake James with Captain Corey. They had lunch at the 6.
Beautiful day we had for that.
We had live music at night, and then we have our Sunday morning pancake breakfast.
With the kilt.
So we probably won't have that, but what we will do is we'll say, like, hey, on this day we're planning a group outing to Krause's.
Yes.
I know I want to go to Krause's. It's a beer garden.
Yes.
And so we can all go where everybody buys their own lunch and beers and that type of thing.
Walk around there and look around.
Yeah, and then, we can have, maybe, campfire at night. They have a big community campfire pit I think they would probably let us use. So anyway, it'll be a little bit different, but it'll give a chance for all of us to hang out.
Join us camping.
Yeah. So tentatively, it's probably going to be sometime in February.
Right.
So
absolutely.
All right. So that's a big announcement. I guess I already mentioned we had the camp out. It was awesome.
It was awesome. So many fun people. Such a good time. Met some new people.
We had
Canadians.
People from Canada, 3 hours north of Toronto. That's a heck of a drive.
Rod and Deb came from
Massachusetts. Doug and Cheryl came from out in Missouri. Linda came up from Florida.
With Bess and Charlie, and then Gail from Michigan.
We had several from Michigan. Yeah. We even had people right here, like the Porters, right down the road in Fort Wayne. And, I'm sure I'm forgetting where everybody came from. But I think everybody had a really good time.
I think so.
In fact, a couple who have been regular said this might have been the best one they've ever attended.
Yeah.
So
we had some good stuff going on.
We did.
We pumped up our game. So
yeah, pretty good camp out. Now, we have had a couple issues since we last talked. Some of you know about one of them if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and that is Babs, my new 2021 Silverado one-ton diesel. It decided one day I had to run to Auburn to Harbor Freight to pick up
about a half an hour away
a cart for the campground. It was a Saturday morning. And I pull into the parking lot, I put it in park, I shut it off, and the dash says, put your truck in park. I'm like, it is in park. Short of it is we had to have it towed to the dealership. It would not restart.
Nope.
It was some kind of switch in the steering column that just had went bad. And we were also having an issue where the tailgate, it's an electronic tailgate, most of the time would not go down.
Right.
And so while it was in there, they were able to replace the 2 motors on it. Pretty much, I think what the issue there was is that truck bed had been setting in storage for 4 years because the gentleman had removed it, put it in storage because he used a flatbed. And motors aren't meant to just set for 4 years, and I think they just kind of gunked up. Initially, remember, we got a 6-month, 6,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. They took care of the steering column switch under warranty, but then they tried to tell me that the tailgate would not be covered, and it was going to be like $800 or $900.
Yeah.
So I ended up having a little conversation with our salesman, and he ended up getting it taken care of for us, because to me, bumper to bumper means everything should be covered.
They said that wasn't part of the bumper.
Yeah, so we're not sure exactly
what that's all about.
But at the end of the day, DeHaven Chevrolet in Fort Wayne, Indiana did come through and did fix those things. I'm not sure how much of this warranty we'll get to use from here on out. Partially because it's only good till January, and hopefully
we don't have to.
I hope we don't. But so there was that issue. But now everything seems to be fine.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. We don't drive the truck a lot, but what we have driven it,
it's doing fine.
It's doing pretty good. Second issue we had was with our insurance, both health insurance and vehicle insurance. So let's start with health insurance.
Oh, my gosh. It's been kind of
when I retired, the benefit I get through the college is I get to keep us on my insurance just like I'm an employee.
Right.
But because I have left the college, I've retired, it goes to a third-party administrator. And they had warned me, HR had warned me, there would be a slight brownout.
Right. I wish they'd kind of give you more of a time frame for that. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So we waited 3 weeks. Patty went to the doctor and then calls me from the doctors and says, hey, they're saying we don't have insurance.
It's invalid.
It's invalid. So I began the process of trying to figure out what was going on. And ultimately, we found out that when the third-party administrator, Shard Snyder, had input our information, they input my birth date wrong.
Yeah, they had you as 28 years old.
They had me as 28 years old. As the gal at Anthem said, you're the youngest retiree I've met. And so that was kind of the issue there. Finally got that straightened out. Then you went to the dentist, and they said, you don't have dental insurance anymore.
So then we had Delta Dental.
And so
figured that out.
And that was just, again, it was a delay of Shard Snyder getting it to Delta Dental.
Yeah, they had a delay getting that set up.
So those two, I think, now are good to go. We have we have cards for both, so we're good to go. So, but that's something, if you're going to retire and keep your insurance through your employer, just understand, if your employer is like mine, to where they send it to a third party,
it's about a month.
Yeah,
or longer.
And I guess you just have to be patient and don't get sick.
Right.
Anthem did tell me that we retro covered everything.
They did, and Delta Dental did that too. So.
Yeah. So, but it was more frustration of just trying to figure out how do we get our insurance reinstated.
Well, and it's just frustrating because sometimes the people that you work with or talk with at these doctor's offices aren't always the most nice.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. So anyway.
There was that insurance. Then the other insurance was our vehicle insurance.
Yep.
And how this all started, and I guess it wasn't an issue. It was an issue in the sense that when we purchased the new truck, our insurance through State Farm doubled on the truck.
It was ridiculous.
We were paying, I think it was around $2,300 or $2,400 a year for the truck. And when I called our agent, and by the way, we had a great agent through State Farm. Understand, I had been with State Farm since I was a teenager because I was on my parents' policies, then I transitioned my own policies, and I did not want to leave State Farm.
Well, and they really couldn't say why it was going up so much. All they could say was because of diesel, but there had to be more to it than that.
So Yeah, and the local agent, they're like, they don't give us much information anymore.
They didn't know.
And all they could really say was, yeah, it was a diesel, it was a 1-ton, probably because it's more expensive and probably because it could do more damage, blah, blah, blah. But then I started talking to other people who had 1-ton diesels, and nobody was paying that
much.
Yeah. And so one day I thought, you know what, this is just ridiculous because it was killing our budget. We did make a budget for this early retirement plan. And I'm like, I mean, when you double your insurance. So
we never had a claim. I mean,
no. Well, I mean, we have had claims, but that wasn't the issue.
Yeah, it wasn't like. Anyway, go ahead.
So I called a local independent insurance agent.
Yep.
And the idea is that they shop around. So I'm going through all this with him, and then he says something about, what about your homeowners? And I said, oh, I don't have homeowners because we sold our house. We live in our RV. And he goes, oh, you got bigger problems than your truck insurance. And I said, excuse me? He said, State Farm won't cover a full-time RVer. Now, I had read that online, and I had asked our agent, and she said, well, no, you're fine because you have a home address, which is my brother-in-law's place.
Right.
But he said that they had a couple people over the years in our situation, and then when there was a claim, and State Farm dug into it and realized they actually were living in the RV, even though they had a home address, they would not cover it.
Nope.
And he said, so if you go to Texas this winter, and let's say you have hail damage and you try to claim it, and they're going to start asking questions like, how long have you been in Texas? And when you tell them, let's say 3 months, that's going to negate it. And so, and I had read this online. Like I said, I was aware of it, but I felt confident. And he said, he goes, look, your agent didn't lie to you. She's probably
telling you what she knows.
What she knows. I'm just telling you, when corporate gets involved, this is what's going to happen.
Yep.
And like I said, that's kind of what we had read. So we ended up getting a Progressive policy because Progressive apparently is the only insurance company that will warranty an RV for full-time living, which is kind of what I'd read online. And so now we have our truck, our car, our RV, and our storage unit all insured through Progressive. All of that came in just under what just our truck was going to cost us through State Farm.
Isn't that crazy?
So
that's ridiculous.
I felt bad leaving State Farm because I'd been loyal to them my entire life.
Friends of ours said, you don't owe them anything.
No, and obviously our loyalty to them means nothing to them. Because actually, when I called our agent and I was talking,
she said other folks had done the same thing.
They had lost some other people recently who had spent their entire lives with State Farm, but because of unknown massive increases, they were kind of forced to leave as well.
Right.
So now we have, I'm telling you what, this is a stressful year.
It's been kind of.
If you think about all the life events and the stress levels associated, we left our jobs, we sold our house. You know, we've had to change insurances. I mean, like, there's just all this stuff.
Someone had to have 14 teeth removed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of things that have gone on, and it's just like, no wonder we're tired.
I know. It's just like, wow, you know. So, but other than that, I think that's everything on my list since the last time that of major importance or significance. You know, do we regret selling our house and moving it? No, we're still loving it. We've now been in this RV for 7 months, which is the longest we've ever stayed in an RV living in it.
Right.
We had stayed in an RV, I think, for 6 months last year while we were living here, but then we moved back to our house. So, you know, ask us next spring after we spent a full year in it. But honestly,
I have a feeling it's going to be the same.
Yeah, because here's the thing. We have literally started treating this like our home.
Yep.
We have made tons of changes.
Little ones.
For instance, in front of us, which you may or not see on camera, we bought this coffee table that transitions into a desk. And then, if we didn't have this loaded up, the other side folds out to make a little 4-person dining area.
Yeah.
And this just works great because now I can sit here on my laptop and work. And
underneath is like the office.
Yeah, it becomes storage for office.
And it's just so sweet and pretty. And easy to use.
We just this week did a minor upgrade in the bathroom.
Yep.
We took out the glass shower doors, which were a pain to keep clean.
They were gorgeous, but they were so hard to keep clean and keep from getting spotted and getting the soap scum off the corners. So we just took them out.
We took them out, replaced it with a traditional shower curtain, shower rod, just like we had in our house. It actually feels more like home in there now.
Right.
And we got rid of that crappy toilet seat that came on the Thetford toilet.
It was so hard to clean.
Thank you, Jonathan from Tree Talker the Traveler, our friend, because he had a Thetford. He was going through the same thing, couldn't find one that would fit because it's a proprietary design, and finally found one through Amazon, and it's a significant upgrade.
The other was a soft close, but this one is so nice.
So I'm going to drop a link down below.
Easy to
if
clean.
anybody has a Thetford toilet and you need to upgrade your toilet seat, I'm going to leave that link for you because, honestly, you'll run back and forth to Home Depot and Lowe's and never find one that fits.
Yeah.
But this one actually fits.
And you looked on the back of the toilet, you took a picture to get the color because sometimes that's hard.
And it was white. Sometimes they don't look white.
Sometimes they don't look white, but this said white, so we went with it, and it works.
Yeah, so we've done that. I'm trying to remember what else. Myron has our Victron system all hooked up.
Gorgeous.
Yep, and so now we can run off of our Epoch batteries. He does have to come back. We have a few more things. He's got to finish up our DC to DC charger. We decided instead of adding more solar, since we don't do a lot of boondocking other than overnight stays, that type of thing, we'd be better off to have DC to DC charging so on those long travel days we can charge the batteries.
Yep, absolutely.
So he's got to finish that up. I did order a brand new rear view camera. We don't have one. We do. It's here. Myron's going to install it for us. I ended up buying a Halo View, again, because I love Halo View. I ended up spending a little more money and getting the one with the integrated TPMS system.
Yep.
And that way we don't have to have a separate monitor for our TPMS. Obviously, you know there will be a video coming out someday on that to let you know how it works. So we've got that.
We had another chill cube.
Oh, yes. We did end up.
Now we have 3 ACs.
We have 3 ACs. Myron had ordered a chill cube for somebody, and then they didn't buy it. And Myron's like, hey, I can sell it to you at cost and put it in for you. And I didn't think we really needed it, but, you know, it was a good deal. So we did. We put it in. And what Myron said is, he goes, you didn't really need it, but what you'll find is next summer when it's blazing hot,
you'll notice it.
You'll notice that they don't
quieter.
have to work as hard.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
So we added that. I feel like there's more things we continue to.
I'm trying to remember.
My bank account says there's more things that we have upgraded. But the way, again, we look at this is it's our home.
This is my home.
And we would spend money when we owned the cabin to make upgrades and improvements to make things, you know.
Well, we want it to be comfortable. We want it to be livable. We want it to be very, very, very usable. So, yeah. So it's all good.
Yep. So anyway, that's the update. Again, we've been super busy with the campground. I know I've been slow at putting out content, although I've had 2 videos in a row.
We've done a lot lately.
And I've got another one for next week to come out on another upgrade we did, which I'll just tell you what it is. I upgraded our thermostat in the bedroom to the micro air. I tell you what, we've only had that thing a week. I love it.
It's easier to read.
Much easier to read for people that are old. And especially when your
phone.
thermostat's mounted halfway down the wall. But yeah, being able to use your phone, like the other morning, I woke up and it was a little warm in the bedroom. I didn't get out of bed. I just grabbed my iPhone, clicked the app, and cranked her down a couple degrees, and she kicked on, and I went back to sleep.
And I could see it be something we use like with our Waggle too, because the Waggle does stuff, but that can also tell us.
Well, you could adjust it from anywhere, because as long as the RV has Wi-Fi,
yep, we're good.
I can log in from anywhere in the world and adjust the thermostat.
Yeah, so it's all
pretty
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think that's pretty much it. We're gonna wrap this up because we need to close this campground down in a couple of weeks, and then we'll come back at you hopefully sometime in November with another update to let you know we made it to Texas and how that went, and
go from there.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Those of you who still watch our channel, I know
bless your heart,
because there are so many channels out there that you can watch,
so many.
and if you feel like you don't find our videos, or you're like, boy, do they not make content, a lot of times the algorithm will not feed up the channels because there's only so much space on that homepage. Just on your TV or your laptop, just go over to the left there. You should see where it says subscriptions. That's going to bring up all the newest videos for all the channels you subscribe to, and then you can go through, you can find our videos if you're not getting them fed to you in your feed.
Right.
So
yep.
All right, everyone. Until next time, we'll see ya.
On down the road.
Bye.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.